Hello, my name's Zane. I'm in Mrs. Kranau's 6th grade math class this year, and I'm also in her homeroom. Today I'm presenting a tangram turkey story, but we didn't use tangrams because that would be hard to do. So, because there's only 7 pieces in tangram, there's triangles and squares and parallelogram. The triangles are all right. There's large, medium, small triangles. Then there's 2 of each triangles. There's 1 parallelogram, 1 square, and they all can make up different shapes. Like some can make that because we watched this video about what they all can make up. They can make fish, humans, angels, planes, ships, all sorts of different stuff out of them. So, and then but this is a Geo-Turkey. So we use squares, triangles, rhombuses, triangles, hexagons, squares, colors, all sorts of different stuff. And then I'm going to present you my story, which is Matt Tar and the Crazy Rodeo Bull. So one day when Matt Tar was at the rodeo, he went to the rodeo, and then he started off, and then he went through, well, bam! Matt Tar was flying through the air. Ah, help me, help me. Are you good, says the announcer. I think so, but I'm seeing a couple things. I'm seeing 2 bowls in the air. Weirdly. Yeah. So, he got up, and then he looked at his barrel. Where's my barrel? We threw it in the trash. It was destroyed. Because it was destroyed. So, hey crew, we need to go to the store. So let's hurry up, get to the store before our next rodeo. Next year. So we can get prepared to practice. So they went to the store, and they asked one of the employees, hey, where are the barrels and the paint? The barrels are over there, and the paint's over there. So let's go get the bowls. We're going to go get the barrels for the bullfighting and all that. Well, you guys go get the paint. Make sure you get red, blue, black, and white. So we can have the good barrel. So Matt Tar went out to find the barrel. Too expensive, too cheap, doesn't look right. Perfect. Well, nothing's perfect, so pretty good. And while his crew's finding the paint, they maybe got a little distracted and found the most expensive paint in the store. So when they went to go check out, it was a total of $5 grand, and Matt Tar got so furious at his crew because the barrel only cost $1,000, so the rest of the paint cost $4,000 because the paint was expensive. So when they went home and got the barrel in the truck, went home, and then they got the barrel in the truck, started painting it, and then when Matt Tar came back out of the house after using the restroom, he went and he saw they switched blue and red. So he was really furious. So he told him, let it dry, then we'll paint over it. But it turned into purple. So he was so mad that he had to go back to the store. He found the cheapest one, checked out $100, but it was the heaviest one. So it weighed over a ton. So his pickup was flattened. He had to go get a new one. They had to get decals that said Matt Tar, where he was from, his contacts. So he got that, but it was a dually Ram / Dodge because he dislikes Fords. Chevy GMC's okay, but Dodge Ram are the best. So as he went back, he loaded up the barrel, got back home. Make sure you don't mess up or I'm gonna fire you. If you fire, I'm gonna put you in permanent record. You mess up everything. Like normal, said the narrator. So they finished painting. Finally, you did something right for once. Surprisingly. It looks good. Hey, what happened to the back? We're supposed to do the back? What? Says one of the workers. You know you're supposed to do the back. The crowd can see every part of the barrel. So keep putting the logo on it. Logo, logo, logo. As Matt Tard kept working on the truck, he heard some laughing and some crying. So he went over there. People kept telling jokes. They kept messing around. He got mad way more again. So he fired them. And went to go find a new crew. He found a good crew. Yeah, they needed to get paid a lot, but it was the right crew, he thinks. So he went back home, put the decals on the truck, told them to finish the barrel. They did everything just as he wanted. And then he got a call from Webster County saying, "We need you for the Webster County 2024 Fair and Rodeo." So he went there, and he only had a day to get ready and all of that, because the one rodeo clown they found broke his leg at a different rodeo, was in a barrel, got flown, and landed in the bleachers. So he got ready. Even though he got several speeding warnings, he floored it there, got set up, and he made it past some cops. Scaredly. And he was begging that he wouldn't get caught. He did, but they told him, he told the reason and said, "You're fine. Everything's fine. I get it. This happened to me too. But I don't get pulled over because I'm a cop." So he got to the rodeo, got set up. Him and an announcer went golfing at Red Cloud. The rodeo clown may have wrecked a window in a building, but it's fine. He acted like nothing happened. And the golf ball, he wore gloves, so it never had fingerprints on it. So I can't track that. So as they went back back to the rodeo, started, and as the 4-H kids came out with the American flag, when they started falling over, a lot of them fell over, especially when the flag got full. And some of them, all the tiny kids went under, kept pushing up the flag. And then when he went over, he went under, and then he said, asked, "How's your day going?" He said, and they all had a hand over heart, and hand over their heart, and they said, and they looked at him weirdly, while they stared straight up at the flag. And then they came out of the arena once the national anthem was finished. They started bronc riding, and then he stole one of the rodeo, not stole, took one of the ropes from the rodeo, one of the helpers that leads all them into the gate. And then he said, "If I catch it, you take it. If I catch it, also you give me $10." So he went over, so he actually caught it. He was surprised, and he kept taking, take it. Nope, here's your $10, and I'm deaf, so I don't know anything that you said. Barely anything that you said, probably. So he gave it to a different one. Also gave him $10 because he thinks he was talking to that person. And then he made $20 from that though. He was happy. And then he gave the rodeo, and then he got tangled up in the rope. Just ran into it because he was running around trying to find Chuck Norris that he saw last year. Because they had a new stand. They're so big, they're trying to look for them. They're like, "Where are you? Where are you?" And then while the rest of this happening, he kept running up and down, up and down, up and down until he found him. He said, and then he told him, "Come to the front, and I'll stand on the fence while we have chit chat about why I always need to see you." So yeah. The chit chat was long, but he made it back in time for the steer wrestling, and then he went. Then the first person that went, the steer was fast, so he kicked his horse really hard to make sure he went fast. But he was also in the left lane, the correct lane for the horse, because he was on the right side of the fence. So you put pressure. So you move the hip over to the left, put pressure on your right, take your left off. And then you do that. They also put pressure on both legs at the end, so it goes straight. Then he looped one leg over the saddle, took the other leg out of the stirrup, and pushed himself off the saddle with his feet to get the steer. They kept rolling and hit the fence. They were both okay because the steer hit it first. And also the steer's horns punctured the fence badly. Like puncturing is when it goes through. In case if you didn't know that. So he went and had another chit chat with the mullet people, because he kept telling them, you can't get girls because those dumb mullets. And then he And then he instead of talking to the mullet wants to come out here. You get into those spare barrels and help me. Maybe those mullets will rip off. So they did. But then nothing was hitting Matt, of course, until he got hit, went flying through the air. And then he got up out of the barrel. The rodeo was over. It was time for autographs. And then the autographs and got, can you sign my boot? No, I'm not gonna sign that stinky thing. I need your parents' permission. The rest of them's gonna sign it, not me. I'll sign those papers for you. Well, I don't want paper, I want clothing. So he signed the boot because he begged. Yeah, it was stinky, but the kid was happy. And then the NFR or BOA came up to him after the autograph signing and said, we want you for 2025. I want you for 2026. So that happened. And so a few years later, he came back. He went to the NFR a year later, technically, but it felt like eternity. He went back. He went there and he did all his normal stuff, like normal. Just normal. Each day, each night in Las Vegas. So, he's actually stayed in Summerlin, though, which is kind of like Omaha and Gretna when they get so big they combine. So, yeah. And then next year felt like another eternity. He went to the BOA, which he kept trying to rally up the crowd so many times. It had to get postponed, and then Matt Tarr got fired. But they hired him for next year. And the NFR did too, because they really liked him. The end.